Imagine a charity gala, the room glitters with wealth, a tech billionaire pledges $1 million on stage, the crowd applauds, the donation is public, a grand gesture of generosity. But the real action is not happening under the spotlights, it's actually happening in a quiet corner of the room, away from the flashing cameras and reporters. Two figures, a shipping magnate and a powerful senator, shake hands. No money is exchanged, no contracts are signed. Yet, this simple handshake holds more power than the $1 million donation. They are not just greeting each other, they are confirming a silent, unwritten agreement that will shape regulations and open new shipping lanes worth billions. This is the world the elite inhabit, a world where the most significant transactions are invisible to the public eye, and where a gesture can be worth more than a fortune. For most people, power is something loud and obvious. It's the CEO in the corner office, the politician on television, the celebrity with millions of followers. We see their wealth, their titles, their public influence. But true, lasting power is often subtle and operates in the shadows. It's built not on what is seen, but on what is understood without being said. Money is a tool, but it is a blunt one. You can use it to buy a company, a house, a luxury car. However, money alone cannot buy you a seat at the table where the rules are made. This is where the true currency of the elite comes into play. Influence and access. Influence is the ability to change the thoughts and actions of others without overt force. Access is the key that unlocks the doors to the rooms where influential people gather. A person with $10 million might be rich. But a person who can call a key government regulator, a media mogul, or a foreign diplomat on their personal cell phone is powerful. The money is a consequence of their power, not the source of it. Think of it this way. A wealthy investor wants to build a new factory. He can spend millions on land, permits, legal battles. He might succeed or he might fail, bogged down by local opposition and bureaucratic red tape. Now consider a powerful individual. Before spending a dime, she has lunch with the mayor, sits on a board with the head of the environmental agency, plays golf with the editor of the local newspaper. She does not bribe them. She simply leverages her existing relationships. She frames the factory as a community benefit, a source of jobs, and a sign of progress. Her access turned a potential decade-long struggle into a smooth, inevitable success. This is because the world is run by people, and people are moved by relationships, trust, and perceived mutual interest. The elite spend more time cultivating their networks than they do counting their money. A network can provide critical information before it becomes public, open up investments, and offer protection during crisis. They guard their connections so fiercely, understanding that their phone book is more valuable than their bank statement. The ultimate goal is not just to accumulate wealth, but to convert that wealth into a more permanent and flexible form of power. To maintain and expand their power, the elite employ specific strategies that are as old as human civilization itself. The first move is to master the art of the indirect approach. A direct request can be easily rejected. It puts the other person on the defensive. The powerful rarely ask for things directly. Instead, they create a situation where the other person offers them what they want. For example, a lobbyist might fund a study from a prestigious think tank that highlights a regulation's negative economic impact. The politician can then use this study to justify their vote, appearing principled rather than bought. Indirect, deniable, far more effective. It grows influence out of sight. The second power move is to always make your accomplishments seem effortless. Power that appears born of struggle is less intimidating and impressive. They cultivate an aura of natural talent and grace. Let results feel inevitable. When a hedge fund manager makes a billion-dollar trade, they will speak of intuition, not sleepless hours. This mystique makes them seem more formidable and unpredictable. Others hesitate to challenge someone whose success appears beyond their understanding. The third, and perhaps most crucial power move is to control the options of others. True power is not unlimited choices for yourself, it's shaping and limiting choices for everyone else. The powerful create frameworks where any choice an opponent makes will ultimately benefit them. Consider a tech giant facing a promising startup competitor. They could try to crush it directly, but that risks antitrust and backlash. Instead, they present the startup with three options: a generous acquisition, a strategic partnership, or friendly competition. All three paths lead to neutralization, but the choice makes the founder feel in control. This is the pinnacle of strategy, guiding your enemy to a destination of your own choosing. The most valuable opportunities in the world are not advertised. They are not listed on job boards or public investor forums. Instead, they exist exclusively within closed networks, the inner sanctums of the elite. These are not simply groups of friends, they are carefully curated ecosystems. Entry is about wealth, lineage, influence, and the ability to add value. Think private equity circles, secret alumni groups, invitation-only forums like Davos or Sun Valley. Here, information is currency, trust is the price of admission. The creation of these networks is a deliberate, multi-generational project. It starts with elite boarding schools, elite universities, forging lifelong bonds. Next, exclusive country clubs, charitable boards, private social clubs. In these protected spaces, members can speak freely, vet ideas, and make deals away from scrutiny. A casual conversation on a golf course can spark a multi-billion-dollar merger the market only learns about months later. The networks serve defense and offense. On defense, lawyers, consultants, and media contacts are mobilized to protect members. Bad news is suppressed and favorable narratives are pushed forward. On offense, members share asymmetric information, intelligence not widely known. A tip about an upcoming policy change, early knowledge of tech breakthroughs, or insight into a competitor's weakness. That information lets them make investments, launch ventures, and move with higher odds of success. It is not illegal insider trading, but a structural advantage. It comes from being inside the room where the future is discussed. This is how the rich get richer. They're playing with a different set of information. They are not just smarter investors, they're insiders. They play with privileged information inside exclusive networks. In the world of the elite, reputation is everything. It is the foundation upon which influence is built and access is granted. A pristine reputation can open any door, while a tarnished one can slam them all shut. For this reason, the powerful invest enormous resources in crafting and protecting their public image. This is not vanity, it is a strategic imperative. They understand perception is reality. Controlling the narrative is as important as controlling your assets. They do not leave their reputation to chance. They actively shape it, building a fortress of perception that can withstand attacks. Strategic philanthropy, funding arts and culture, establishing foundations, these create reputational shielding. When you are known as the person who funded the new children's hospital, critics find it harder to attack you. It creates a positive emotional buffer that makes negative information seem inconsistent. This is reputational shielding. The second layer of control involves managing the flow of information. The powerful employ PR firms, legal teams, and crisis managers to guard their reputation. Their sole job is to shape coverage, ensure favorable stories, or bury damaging ones. They maintain friendly relationships with key journalists and media owners, ensuring favorable coverage, or ensuring certain stories are never covered. When negative information leaks, they might flood the zone with positive stories or attack the source. Or they might use legal threats to intimidate critics into silence. Finally, they practice strategic invisibility. The wisest know the highest form of power is the one not seen. They avoid the spotlight, conducting business behind the scenes and letting others take credit. They control vast empires from the shadows, their power felt everywhere but its source hidden. This control of narrative, defense, and invisibility is the wall protecting their fortress of power. Observing the strategies of the elite is not about becoming cynical or resentful, it is about becoming wiser. While you may not operate on a global scale, the fundamental principles of power are universal. They can be applied to your life and career. The most important lesson: look beyond the surface. Conversations happen in the hallways, not the boardroom. Decisions are often made before the meeting begins. Start paying attention to the subtle currents of influence, the unspoken alliances. See the hidden motivations of people around you. See the world not just as it appears but as a complex web of relationships and interests. The second lesson: deliberately build your network not as contacts, but as genuine relationships. Do not just ask for things, seek to provide value first. Offer help, share information, make introductions without expecting immediate return. This builds a reservoir of goodwill and social capital. Your reputation for being helpful and reliable is a form of currency. Over time, people will want to help you because you are valuable to their network. Third, learn to control the narrative of your own life and career. Define yourself before others define you. Be proactive in showcasing your skills with subtlety and grace. Let your results speak whenever possible. When you face setbacks, control the story. Frame it as a learning experience or a strategic pivot. Think several moves ahead. The strategies of the elite are about understanding human nature. By learning to see the hidden game of power, you can navigate your world more effectively. Protect yourself, cultivate strategic wisdom, and shape your destiny, not with vast wealth, but with patient strategy.